I had 2 weeks to take a vacation, so I wanted to find the perfect place. A place with rich culture and nice people, a place with beautiful mountains, and where there's cell service and they're welcoming to tourists and where it's easy to get a visa. I think I found the perfect place. As crazy as this might sound, I have always dreamed of visiting Afghanistan. And now that I've finally done it, I can tell you this. It isn't quite what you'd expect. But it also very much is. Rugged, towering mountains. A traditional lifestyle. And of course, the Taliban. I had no idea what kind of surprises were in store. Some insane challenges. And new responsibilities. And how my life would change forever when I encountered an eager group of incredible young people who were determined to make a better life for themselves, their families, and for their country. My fate is forever tied to Afghanistan. It's almost as if, like if you look at that top section, it almost looks like there's a massive skyscraper just like at the top of that building, right? Like that, oh, totally, yeah. You know? It looks like the Empire State Building is just at the top of that building. That's what you're saying. That's super gnarly. Crazy, bro. Where's this piano music? It's hot as fuck, dude. We're in Dubai. I think it's 100 degrees and humid. I've never really experienced weather like this, I don't think. Super hot. Well, anyway, we're on the eve of our trip to Afghanistan. It's not by design that we ended up here, but it's interesting that within 24 hours, we will experience both ends of the spectrum of the Muslim world. The most modern versus what we perceive to be the least modern. We have never been there, so we don't know yet. But what an interesting contrast. Sitting here drinking an Aperol Spritz in my sunglasses next to the pool, listening to house music. And in less than 24 hours, I will be wearing local clothing. I could describe it, but you all know what it looks like. A little hat. I'm gonna be wearing a little hat, little shirt. The visa process pretty easy. A guy came, took our passports, went somewhere, came back, we had visas. We didn't blur his face because he's some kind of like secret guy. We just were afraid to ask him if he wanted to be in the video. But yeah, that was it, boom, boom. Same day. To everybody that I know, Afghanistan is a place you cannot go, should not go. Why would you go? Why would you go is a fair question. I'm just curious, personally, and I'm sure other people are too. We'll see, we'll see. My parents are up to their old tricks. I tried to like lie in a way that made me feel better about it.
Are you serious? Are you really in Dubai?
I swear to God, yeah. This moment I'm in Dubai.
This moment, well, when he goes to his new place, whatever. All right, well, listen, so stay in touch. All right.
Love you.
So all right, love you.
Love you, bye-bye. Okay. I've always been fascinated by Afghanistan ever since in college. I read a book about it. You know, unfortunately, it's a place that's kind of been at war for many, many years, since the 80s, you know, through up until very recently. And because of that, it's a little bit of a time warp, I expect, going back there. I think it's like exclusively mom and pop shops, exclusively pay with cash. It's like a very traditional society with incredible nature and culture, and it just seems like such a great place to visit. And I'm so curious to see what it's like, especially after being in the news and that crazy US withdrawal and all that chaos, you know? Over a year has gone by now. As far as all the research we've done and stuff, it's a very doable trip. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I don't know shit. And that's the whole point of this. I don't know shit, and either do you. 3 hours before takeoff. Tonight, 3:30 a.m., we have a CAM Air flight. That is the Afghan airline, established in 2003, I believe. You know, solid fleet of planes. Hate to be on that. 12:45 to Khartoum. That was one of our top destinations. I always think it's funny when people are like, are you seriously flying on that airline? It's like, dude, all the airlines get the plane from the same exact place. Like, whatever. Then, yeah, we'll be there bright and early tomorrow, so who the hell knows? Before we did anything, we needed to change into traditional clothing. It's required that you're dressed modestly, AKA you shouldn't be showing skin, men or women. Yo, this is hard, bro. My outfit is tough, dude. Oh, yeah. These are like... What do you think? Is this like better? Huh? It's like this. Oh, sick. Yeah. Like this?
Real Kandahari.
You look like this. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yes.
Sick. Okay, so how do you do it?
You can wear this like this.
Easy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was extremely easy. There's... Okay, cool. The reason why we change into the clothes is just so we look like we fit in and stuff?
Yeah, you should look like the local people here, because the mullahs or the Taliban will ask you, why are you wearing this? Where is your passport? Show me the visa. So that's the reason. Yeah.
We don't want to do that.
It's just for you to be comfortable and walk the city like other Afghans.
Love it. I can't believe we're here, dude.
It's like a dream for you guys that you are in Afghanistan. Like, yeah.
These pants are amazing. If you think I'm not going to be dressing like this when I come home, Hillary, you are mistaken. I'm gonna wear it in my apartment. My girlfriend's gonna be like, she would think these pants are sick, bro. Look at these. Yo, bro. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. We set off on a mission to cop some more gear.
We will add a music with this.
Yeah. We hired Muhammad John to show us around. Family man and overall solid dude. Plus, trusty driver Sanguine, the legend. It was important to have a solid foundation of people to take us around because we had all sorts of crazy adventures coming up. First adventure, Kabul Marketplace.
Good, you got it.
That's fine. The colors are right. If you think you'll fit. What's up, guys?
How do you make sure that?
I would take the other one. I would buy that one. I'm not so sure about my little hat, man. I think I need to get a new one. Something about my current one, I just can't fit it on my head properly. Every time I catch a glimpse of myself, I have like a piece of hair coming down, or it just like looks weird. There's a lot of good hats out here. I'm trying to cop some hats, mix it up a little bit. I like this one, but we're trying to get some new ones.
Yes.
This one I like a lot.
The same.
Yeah. This one is a different. This one's like a. Can I try it on?
Yes, you can try.
Yeah. No, this guy likes it. It's sick.
It's good, yeah.
You like it? What do you think? Yeah. You like it?
It looks good on you.
Okay, I like that. You know, you're such a charmer. You keep the change.
مگه با کماندشم از شما باشم. He's shouting Afghanistan is poor.
That's poor.
Yeah. And everyone is jobless here.
Our thing so far has been going to a place when it's seemingly fully on the upswing. It's unique. This is unique in that this does not feel that way. We've had nice moments with people. Of course, you're always going to have that, you know, hopefully. But it's hard to not be just bummed out. Like, just feels terrible for everybody who lives here, you know. And it's not necessarily as straightforward, maybe as we think. I'm not trying to speak with authority on it, but you know, they're cut off. Most of the people here are very poor. The things that people used to do, they don't do anymore because nobody has any money. Walking around, you kind of see a little bit of that. The market scene is always super intense. There's always just a lot going on and a lot of kids who are dirty. So this has been pretty unique. The vibe of the city in the early evening was much more relaxed than during the day.
Here were lots of people.
Crossing the street in Afghanistan, you just gotta go for it. Having a good time, dude. Thank you. Having fun.
You're welcome.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's just full-on cricket games going down.
You want to try?
Now, whose ball? Who's this here? This guy?
No, the older one.
This guy? Can I just throw it like that?
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Botch that. Beware of cricket balls. Let's see him rip it, bro. Giulio, nice to meet you, bro. This is Zach.
Zach?
Zach, yeah.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
Zach just got smoked by the cricket ball. This guy.
Just a minute.
Yeah. These kids recruited me to play cricket with them. And then they started introducing me to all their friends. Bro, so show us the Yankee hat, man. I don't know what to do. And that's it? God. That's why the game takes 3 days.
Wow, well done, Giulio.
Fucking go. You took it easy on me. Thank you. Who knew, bro? Cricket's my game.
Welcome to Afghanistan.
Thank you, man. It's good to be here. It's funny to even hear that sentence. At one point, he's like, come on, come play with us. I went, And he went, he like thought me going, he thought that was like the greatest thing. He said, Giulio, man, that was good. Hillary would have been like, he loves an audience. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Thank you guys. Nice to meet you.
Actually,
The museum has never really delivered the way that we... What's the deal with the Kabul Museum?
it is the oldest museum.
A museum shot for something like this, what could possibly happen that would be interesting? But so these museums we've been going to have been fairly bizarre. We always end up being shown every single thing in the entire museum, which is insane. Here's a little piece of gold. Cool. And then we end up getting invited to hang out, which is great. These guys know a lot of stuff. And weird things happen. Also, we saw a school. It made me curious about what the deal is with school here exactly. At the time this was filmed, the rules were a little less clear. So, on our way out of Kabul, I asked Mohammed John to take us to a school in a small village to show us what a school day in Afghanistan looks like. This was our first time heading out of the city and driving around. Since the war is over and the Taliban are now the government, you can drive around the country for the first time in this generation. Previously, when the local government and the US Army were fighting the Taliban were patrolling all the roads between the cities, and it was a problem for locals and foreigners alike. People feel more safe to visit Afghanistan these days? We were at the airport and some guy was helping us, and he goes, journalist, and we go, no, tourists. And we just hear like 2 or 3 guys go, tourist.
The war is over and Taliban is here because the Taliban created problem in the past for the guests.
That may seem counterintuitive, but the Taliban were fighting the government before, and now they are the government. So they aren't randomly targeting foreign visitors anymore. It may be safer to drive around the country, but along the way, there are not so subtle reminders from 50 years of war. Definitely the most bullet holes I've ever seen in a place that I've visited. Formerly a movie theater. Like we went to the movie theater here, which is a casualty of the many years of war. And it's just like this place where people now go to the bathroom. Afghanistan has an ancient history of violence as well.
Genghis Khan destroyed it in 1222.
The guy killed his grandson, you said?
Yeah.
And then he killed every single person and every single animal in the entire town. It's like that scene in Mulan. Remember that? Shun Hu? What did this town do to him?
Because this town is part of the Shari-Zohak.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is another part.
Yes.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
That would be like living in Staten Island. Someone in Manhattan kills someone's grandfather and they kill you in Staten Island. That's really not fair. So Genghis Khan just killed everybody, basically.
Yes.
Everywhere. We've just seen every place where Genghis Khan murdered the entire town.
Yeah.
If there's an ancient town you come across around here, Genghis Khan murdered all the residents. The city is now called the City of Screams, and it was never inhabited again, and that's no surprise. Come on, it's 90% off asking price. Hey, what happened here? In the past, 20 years, you haven't been able to drive this route that we went.
Yes.
You'd have to fly. If we drove through a place that was like very at war, where we got to be one of the first tourists to do that.
The parts of the street that are destroyed by the mine and the bombs. During the war, the Taliban fight with the previous government soldiers. They killed lots of people here, and here is one of a very big hole.
But now the biggest risk by far is other drivers. People here drive pretty crazy, and accidents happen regularly. We managed to get into a minor car accident ourselves. We hit this car by accident. They are figuring out what to do here. And they looks friendly. Yeah, they look like they're all good. How did you just handle that?
This situation?
Yeah. You guys hit each other, right?
The old man was really kind there, and the car didn't damage his car, and our car didn't damage too much.
So, all good.
Yeah, everything is fine now.
No need to call insurance and the police, right?
Yeah. What about the USA when the car accident happened? Do the drivers fight with one another?
So, yeah, but what happens is you immediately have to call your insurance company. You immediately have to call the police. The police have to come. You file a police report. And that would have been what we would have had to do. It's a huge pain in the ass. And they fight too. Fuck you!
But we don't have insurance here.
Oh, really?
We don't have traffic police in all province here.
Oh, really? So yeah, what are you gonna
do? It's solved peacefully.
Yeah. What are they learning about today?
امروز مگه چی درس می‌خونن؟
English.
English? Oh, very good. Who's it? We went to the school that at first we thought wasn't allowed to be there. That was sort of like the context that we had initially, but then we kind of realized there's like a loophole that allows it to exist, basically. Like nobody's has given her a hard time about the school existing, so it's not like a secret per se.
She wants to introduce herself in English language.
I want to become a doctor in the future. In the name of Allah, my name is Saliha. My favorite food is rice. My favorite color is red and blue. I like to study English. I want to become a doctor in the future. I like to study English. I want to become a doctor in the future.
A lot of doctors in here. And they're, happy to be there. They all had these fun, classic kid dreams. Like kids only understand like specific jobs. Like no one understands like marketing as a kid. Like no kid wants to be in marketing.
In the name of Allah, number one, take out your book. کتاب خود را بیرون کنید. In the name of God. Number two, open your book. Number three, close your book.
Take out بیرون کشیدن. Open باز کردن. Close بسته کردن.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Salam mega.
Looking good. All right. All right. In the name of God, I'm Giulio. I'm 36 years old. I live in New York. And when I grow up, I want to be like you guys. All right, here we go. Number one, take out your book. Did I do that wrong? Number two, open your book. All right, can you help me learn this side now? I don't know how to do that.
کتاب خود را بیرون کنید.
I don't know if I can do that. Kitobe?
خود را
Khoda?
بیرون
Berun?
کنید.
Kone? Kitobe hodro? Bastane? Basta kone?
کتاب خود را
Kitobe hodro? Baska kone? Basta kone.
Number 4, put away your book. کتاب خود را بگذارید.
Kitobe?
خود را
Kitobe hodro?
بیمانه.
Bimone. That's good, right? All right, now you guys gonna clap for me? We're gonna clap for me? Hey, all right. Excellent. They like school? They like
چای
it?
زیاد می‌ریکم.
خوش دارید؟ Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, if my students they have any questions from you guys.
Oh, please. Please.
خب خدا فرسی
شما برای ما چی پیام دارید که هر کس اینجا آرزو دارد آینده یک کشور برای مردم خود خدمت کنه؟ شما چی پیام دارید؟
Wow. They asked me these really profound questions on the spot. I wish that I'd prepared for these. Like these are, I want to give good answers to these, you know? So I hope I did. It's a tough question. First, I would say learn as much as you can. You know,
message.
learn as much as you can. It'll help. Don't be scared of people because they're usually much nicer than you think. And try to stay happy and be in a good mood. Right?
شما از کدام کشور و خوشترین کدام کشور ببینید؟
I came from USA and I would love to visit Japan.
قدما می‌خوای بری؟
No?
She mentioned that how many languages can you speak? Just one? Just English? یک زبان بلدی؟
There he is, the legend himself, this guy. Laughing over there. This guy started the clap every time. He's like, oh.
می‌خوای در آینده چی شوی؟ نه تو که
What are your hopes for the future of the school, for the future of the children?
to help for the people of my community because they need for education learning for a betterment future, they need for a bright future. So education is a power that destroys ignorance. They have their own ambitions in the future, they have their own dreams in the future. So I have to show them how to improve and how to be as a useful person in the future, especially to help with their people community, with the people of their country and for our families.
It was incredible. I mean, the woman's clearly not getting paid to do that. And that's, I'm not making assumptions, they told us that too. And she's just teaching all these kids. Uplifting, nice thing to see, making it happen. It kind of speaks for itself, you know. Maybe we can take a big picture all together?
Yeah.
Together, yeah.
And then
Since we visited, the Taliban have made it illegal for girls past the age of 12 to go to school. So some of these girls are no longer allowed to attend. We're trying to find solutions to make it possible for them to continue their studies. Despite feeling uplifted and inspired, I had nightmares for the rest of this trip, thinking about the idea that many of these kids just might not even have a chance to pursue their dreams, or even just go to school at all. And even as you're watching this, I haven't been able to stop thinking about them. I felt like I had to do my part to try to make some kind of positive impact. Everywhere we went, we noticed a lot of kids just hanging out, definitely not in school. Kids just everywhere. We asked Muhammad John about the school situation in general, and he said that there just aren't enough schools or teachers for all the kids. So I thought, I don't know, what if we started our own school to give even a few more kids at least the luxury of a proper education in hopes that maybe they can carve out their own destinies. I had no idea how that would work, and we kind of talked about it briefly, but we would come back to it.
Rotten kids. Those little kids thought that I'm from Kabul. It's kind of sick. Visiting dignitary.
We took a nap, changed, and stepped back out. We stopped on the side of the road to take some landscape shots, when out of nowhere, I saw a stranger approaching the group. I wasn't quite sure, but it looked like he was holding a weapon. It became clear pretty quickly that this was a friendly face.
You guys made a friend? He wants to give us butter? What's up? Yeah, what's going on?
Of the many handshakes on this trip, this was by far the longest and the hardest to escape.
You got to come. Thank you. Welcome. Yeah, it's good to be here. What are you up to with this thing? Getting some. Nice. Can I hold it? Wait, can I play with
It didn't feel as awkward as it looks, but I don't know why I insisted on getting the knife from him.
French fried potatoes. You ever see that movie, Sling Blade? He like French fried potatoes.
Also insane that I tried to hand it back like this.
We're collecting people as we go here. We got Daoud now with the gang. And then we have our friend here. What's your name?
Haji Hussain.
Haji Hussain. Julio, good to meet you. Good man. It's good. He's got a good beard, this guy. Right, good, perfect shape. All right, should we do it? Capped snow in the background, beautiful hills. Thank you. It's really good. It's really sophisticated. It's like, first it tastes like faya, and then all of a sudden it doesn't anymore, in a good way. Like it just tastes like 2 or 3 different things as you eat it. It's delicious. It's good, right? Yeah, it's very, very, very good.
He says when he moved to America, you can offer him some.
Yeah, I will. I gotta learn how to make it first, though. Did they build this, or this was already here?
Yeah, they built this.
Oh, wow. Sturdy. It amazes me, like, he knows exactly how much stuff he needs to heat for the whole winter, right?
Yes, he knows.
You throw me in the middle of this, I would be done. But he could teach me and I'd be fine, you know? Thank you, appreciate it. We'll get him a quarter pound of a cheese in America and a studio apartment. I don't think he's gonna like it in Manhattan. Where I live, tell him the houses are really, really small. Yeah, America's pretty good. Thank you so much. I appreciate the hospitality. Yeah, thank you. Pleasure to meet you.
He's very brave to travel to Iran without visa.
Yeah, it's amazing. They just sent him back.
His story to the soldiers in Iran that he is a politician, man. He escaped from the government. Then he left him to go back and live in Iran.
That's good. That's very good. Yeah. Clever. I hope we have those kind of skills if that ever happens to us.
He will go with you to US.
Yeah, we gotta try to get you over there, man. They're not gonna let you sneak in, though. Yeah, I look forward to coming back.
ما در تابستان به آقا همراه محمد جان بازی دان بزغالا را ذبح میکنیم اینجا میله میگیریم.
There's a sheep there that really doesn't want to see me again, dude. The second I pull up, the sheep breaks for it. Like he's back.
موریم بنده امیر.
Okay, yeah, we're going there.
We will go to Bandar.
Yeah, okay, great. Sounds like a great day. Couple of pals hanging out. right?
Inshallah.
Yeah, inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right, my friend. Take care. Be well. Till next time. Till next time. It is impossible to go anywhere in Afghanistan without making new friends. Salam.
این میمان ما ساجد صاحب نامش جولیو است. نام شما چی است؟
نام ما عبدالله.
Abdullah?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Can you ask him how he found this spot to hang out?
Because of the water.
Nice. Tell him he looked very relaxed. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good to meet you. Want to do like a picture? Yeah.
شما کدام چیز پرسا میکنی ازشون؟
قیافه پاک افغانی پوشه.
I'm trying. I got the whole setup. That's very kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate
میگه
it.
بسیار زیاد تشکر.
See you again, hopefully.
اگه بازم میگم میبینیم تو.
So how do you get out of that? Because we get asked every single time we go anywhere to go to lunch, which is very nice. I feel bad saying no. What do you say?
Yeah, I know.
What do you say?
But we say just thank you because we
Yeah.
can't go to everyone's house to.
Totally.
But yeah,
Totally. That's pretty simple.
they are very kind and they invite everyone.
This happens so often that we had to get creative with ways of saying no politely. Is he gonna come to breakfast?
Yes.
He invited us to dinner and we reversed invited him to breakfast. Flip the switch on him. We'll see you in the morning, bro.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Nice
Mega
to meet you.
suvat man میبینیم.
Mucho gusto. Breakfast would be at Muhammad John's Uncle Dawood's house. He's a nefarious individual and a big toker of the ganj. Oh, he's walking away now. Muhammad John brought his uncle along, Dawood, who's a big hash smoker. It's funny to see like the Afghan version of like a burnout. This guy's just like pretty chill. He like sort of he laughs. He goes, "We're on our way to toke up with Uncle D, who's also kindly invited us over for breakfast tomorrow." This is super chill, dude. All stoners have their spot. That is true. Nice. Uncle Dawood got us baked. It's wearing off, starting to wear off a little bit. But like at one point I was just like super high. And it was funny, you're just like smoking with your cool uncle. He's like, here, pass. It's like it's good. It's good shit. He's like, it's OG Kush, bro. That's great. Appreciate it, bro. Right on, dude. Everybody has a chill uncle, dude, who they blaze with. For me, it's Uncle D. The uncle who you can't find when Thanksgiving dinner's starting because he's out back roasting with the cousins. It's the cops. It's the equivalent of like, does anybody have a poker? A pin? Saving the J. Next stop was a few hours away at the Bandi Amir National Park. Maybe one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in person, and one of the natural wonders of Afghanistan. But it does have a slightly more notorious recent history. You guys probably remember this setting from the news when the Taliban took over. I think they had a boys' retreat to Bandi Amir here, riding around in these flamingo boats, having a ball. I don't blame them. It's a good spot to do a boys' weekend. Bachelor party, dude. The Taliban have been intimidating to us, ultimately harmless. Anytime they've had an issue with us, we kind of very quickly explain what's up, and they're like, okay, you can't help but think that there's a chance at least that that conversation can go wrong somehow. Just seeing them walking around is like fucking crazy, kind of. And I'm walking right by him and he's holding a machine gun. Like, that's... Please don't shoot me. The Taliban weren't the most camera-friendly, so we weren't able to film much with them. As we sit here, the Taliban just celebrated their first year since they have, quote, liberated the country. This white flag is the official Taliban flag. You see it everywhere, as a not-so-subtle reminder of who's in charge. This old Afghan flag was the only one we saw the whole trip. I wouldn't be surprised if the Taliban have seen it and taken it down since.
1 year ago, people are afraid of Taliban a lot. They thought they are like 20 years ago, and they will shoot everyone on the street, they will kill everyone. But when the people saw that they are changed a little bit and they don't want to kill everyone, they don't punish everyone because of shaving their beard, people are hoping from the Taliban to make a government and bring peace and bring like food for them to be comfortable for the future.
Right. So yeah, you don't have to have a beard?
No.
You can shave?
Yeah, we can shave now.
I guess I can shave it. This is like 2-week beard for me. But this progress is modest at best. The Taliban's radical laws are keeping the country as isolated and as poor as ever. They're cut off from the international community for a variety of well-known reasons, including the fact that they enforce a very strict version of Sharia law that most of the world, including myself, consider backward. Things like women being encouraged to fully cover up, and kind of questions about when girls can and can't go to school, they can't work, they can't drive, they can't do a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff they couldn't ever do, but it's kind of taking the next step. I heard on the news in America that they're making all the women cover all the way, but I've been seeing a lot of women who are not covered. Do women have to wear a face cover? Officially, yes. And I think maybe it's just that they're encouraged to, because we see a lot of people not wearing them, walking right past Taliban guys. Taliban guys are everywhere. See them walking right past people and nobody says anything to them. So I think maybe there's a little bit of leeway with that. Woman entrance to the man entrance. Is it like that for most stuff? Even for like amusement park, women's, men's, separate? Was it like that before?
No.
Yeah, that's fascinating. The Taliban think they want the women to cover up all the way. The women said, no, we don't want to. And they're like, all right, I guess, all right, that's fine. Good for the ladies.
Because they are educated people and they have reason for the Taliban. They say it is our right, and it is up to us that we wear burqa or we're not.
And they're like, okay?
Yes, the Taliban do not punish them because of they are new here. Taliban are new, they want to make government.
Right.
So they just encourage the ladies to put on the burqa.
So
they say they want to change themselves.
Well, the fact that the official policy is women have to be fully covered, even though, again, we walk around, women are not all fully covered, especially in like the major cities. A little bit in sort of the second tier cities, they're more covered. But despite the nuance, your official policy being that is just like not acceptable to the international community. A couple of times Taliban guys explained the laws to us when we asked. They tried to make it sound as if they were doing it for like chivalry or something. Like to them, they were doing something good. And they continue to pursue stricter limitations on Afghan women, adding restrictions to their ability to work, and of course, their ability to attend school past the age of 12. They are struggling, like as a government, to make things work. I just feel bad for the people. I feel bad for the people here. They're very poor. So the reason why the people are so poor is because like a little bit of an economic crisis. Nobody really has money. And if they did, I think the banking system is completely like locked off from people because of sanctions and stuff. There's no aid because they're cut off from that too. So like people just don't have money to spend money and do things. There's like really, really bad inflation, part of which is because the last government parked a lot of their currency in the US in treasury bonds and in US banks. And those funds are now all frozen. That has led to the government not having money. So basically people are poorer than usual here. And it's hard to work, it's hard to get money, and
You know, even though it's peaceful, it's still a little bit of a desperate transitional phase. A good salary here is $100 a month, and a bag of flour for your family. A bag of flour costs $28 roughly. So a quarter of your monthly salary is going to a bag. So there's like weird pricing inconsistencies. But most people make less than that. Most people make around like $60, $70 a month if they have a job. So I think that people are happy that the war is over, but I also think that maybe they don't love the Taliban. Who knows if they'll get more moderate or if they won't. They appear to be having severe growing pains as a government. Maybe they're better as fighters than the government, who knows, but we'll see.
When we got back to the place we were spending the night, we went to check out the men's-only sporting complex next door, which included soccer and a slightly unusual volleyball game.
So we went to a volleyball game yesterday that was a nice mix of people. It was like, I think Taliban guys playing. A couple of them are really good, actually. Dude, judging by the uniforms of the spectators on this side of the court, I would be afraid to win if I were the other team. You know, you do not want to upset those fans. Dude, set up Blue Valentine. There we go. That was nasty. They do the thing where the different guys jump up so you don't know. It's a good toss. It always makes me think about, like, when I watch a horror movie, when I see the bad guy doing bad guy stuff, I think about what it would be like if they showed the rest of his day. It would likely make him less scary, you know what I mean? And I think that, like, as a Westerner, you know, you see Taliban guys, you're intimidated. And then just seeing them watching volleyball makes them less intimidating, you know? Some bros holding hands. Gotta love it. I guess my final take on the Taliban, just as far as encountering them, at the different checkpoints, they want to see your passport. When they find out we're American, at first they're like, which is never a fun moment because you just never know how it could go potentially. They read your passport, they see you're a tourist, and once they read tourist and they understand, we actually watched one guy's reaction. He's just going, the guy wrote his name on Zach's hand. And then they become fascinated and they become extremely chatty. Start asking you questions, they want to talk. You know, like, what do Americans think about us? What would it be like, would people like us if we came to America? And you sort of have to answer all the questions in a way that you don't actually mean because you're sort of in this forced friendship now. Now you have this best friend that you didn't want. So, and you're afraid to make them upset because they're happy and it's all good until it's not, you know? And then at the end, they offer to convert you to Islam and you have to kind of politely decline and make an excuse. You just like, oh, you know, I would, but we have a long drive tomorrow. I think that they want to be nice to tourists. They think like that will make it so that eventually they'll be able to figure out a way to be recognized by the international community. But things can still get a little dicey sometimes. And we had one kind of scary experience.
But we'll get to that a little later. For now, we were going to settle in for the night and get a good night's sleep before our special breakfast, which was followed by the longest drive of my entire life.
So it's kind of a sick hotel, right? Nice little garden.
We became pretty good pals with the guy working at the hotel.
Oh, great guy. We're having a good time, right? Dude.
He posted up with us at dinner time and got super comfortable. Even got in on some of our dinner.
You like chicken? Yes.
He had one of the funniest laughs of all time.
This guy, we love this guy.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Cool. Yeah. We're going to Uncle D's house for breakfast. He's making us some mean chicken. And apparently, Muhammad John yesterday was like, Uncle Daoud makes great chicken. And I looked over at Uncle Daoud and he was just going. Salam. Good to see you. It's good to be here. Good to be here. These his kids?
No, these are his kids.
Oh,
because
that-
this is his house.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. He put some masala and salt and chili on the chicken, then made it ready last night.
Wow.
Today he made a fire here with some soil and things. After heating this, he will drop the chicken inside this and beat it to be like, he will destroy it
That's
on
sick.
the chicken.
That's sick.
Then the chicken will be cooked with this. What do you call it in English?
I don't know. I've never seen this before.
This is the chicken.
Oh, wow. Meanwhile, it's directly next to me.
Don't wrap the chicken with the piece of cloth because it shouldn't be burnt and it shouldn't be like dirty with the soil.
So it cooks in the sheets.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, dude. It's pretty good. It's like a cocoon. 40 minutes later, the bird is ready. As I was sitting here enjoying this delicious breakfast, I was woefully ignorant of the insane adventure that I had ahead of me. We were about to set off on a treacherous journey that would take over 15 hours, starting here and finishing way up north. It was a dangerous route, filled with all sorts of obstacles. Starting by passing through the Panjshir Valley, where there's an active insurgency happening. Tons of Taliban all over the roads. After that, we would ascend up the Hindu Kush mountain range on an unpaved, pothole-filled road that is overwhelmingly congested with these giant coal trucks heading back and forth from Pakistan. This is basically the only possible route, and these trucks would never pass a modern emissions test. Hauntingly jingling and jangling with all these silly decorative shingles. Felt like a nightmare. There was no air conditioning in the van, and opening the window for much needed fresh air meant smog and dust in your nose and eyes that made your entire face burn. Near the peak of the mountain range is one of the longest, highest mountain tunnels in the entire world, the Salang Tunnel, regularly considered the worst tunnel on the planet. The tunnel was built by the Soviets in the 80s, and it's over 6 miles long with no ventilation, tons of potholes, and only one lane in either direction. Cars regularly break down, and there have been fires in the tunnel that have claimed many lives. Not to mention a potential for carbon monoxide poisoning if you get stuck in the tunnel for too long. A traffic jam could literally be fatal. If we made it through that, there were still many hours to travel. And since we were getting such a late start because of breakfast, there was a high likelihood of having to drive long distances at night. Everyone said that it's a very bad idea to drive at night in Afghanistan. I didn't really understand why. Well, let's just say there was an extremely good chance that I was gonna find out the hard way. Thank you. These are amazing. And as the feast was still being prepared early that morning, I was blissfully unaware of the perilous journey that lay ahead. That's great. Very cool.
Homemade bread.
The big boy. Oh, this one is?
Yes, this one.
I gotta try some of that.
That's it.
Gotta get the pepper. Amazing. It's like a delicacy. I'm like not a food guy at all. Like I am, but like I don't know anything. All I can say is it's good. I can be like, you know, the masala with the, or whatever. He did say masala. Is this called something? Does it have a name?
Yeah.
What is it called?
His name is Kuluhi. Kuluhi.
Kolochi?
Yeah.
It's one of the best things I've ever eaten. This is incredible, bro.
مزدارترین چیزی که میگه تا حالا خوردیم همین چیز بوده.
He's good. He's good. Great to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure. It was a pleasure. I'll see you. Daoud, my man. It's been real.
We said our
Appreciate you.
goodbyes
Thank
and
you.
headed off onto a perilous journey for the ages.
Heat Mac, you got the hit though.
سرتیج میره وقتی میبینی ما را سر بلند
از قندهار هرات کابل غزنی همه سیسا جنگی از کندوز بغلان بدخشان پنشیر یاغی و جنگی ترمه کنیم روزارن ما لنده غری پیران و تنبان پکول لنگی از ما خو همینه چون که دما میگن چرکای وطن فوک بیچ دما میگن افغان گنگ افغان گنگ افغان گنگ افغان گنگ 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 افغان گنگ افغان گنگ افغان گنگ 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 سرت گیج میره وقتی میبینی ما را سر قله کار خفن قله شور بده کونه مزه به برد زنگوله بالاست خو لول کاری برر لشم رو تبل کماری برر پشمم پولیس ولچک و قاضی با یزیدم میدیم بچش بازی سات ریس کله زدن بگو کجا اونا فرکدن با یه کل بیام سرورت تا باشه سر عهدت میباچه مغزت بخواد میره هفت نسلت برعکس اگه با فامی حدت میگیرم دستت دنیا رو بگو و قلن در پشتت دوستی و دشمن دادیم خواست بشم دکتر شدم رپستار آخر حال بر دکتراتم مترو ممزا کل وطن با موزیک و مشن ارزا رپ نسی منم مجنون فضو.
We're stuck in a traffic jam in a 10-mile long tunnel. It's not fun.
No ventilation.
No ventilation. This is how people commit suicide. Hoping this keeps moving. Made it out of it's a 10-kilometer tunnel. I misspoke, but that was not fun at all.
I thought that was the end.
Zach thought he was gonna die. I was hopeful we wouldn't, but now it's God. It's been an adventure.
دمو میگن افغان گنگ 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 افغان گنگ افغان گنگ گنگ گنگ.
Dude, I've never been so happy to see a paved road in my life. Who knew? Thank God I didn't smoke the hashish this morning. I would have been freaking out on that drive. Without the hashish, all good. We live to tell the tale. For now, we were not done yet. This had already been a challenging drive, but it was about to get much worse. We only had an hour to go, but it was getting dark fast. They say it's bad to drive after dark in Afghanistan. We were about to find out why. Get out of the car. It was common to get pulled over like this, but no Taliban had ever asked us,
"Come, have dinner with us." Sorry that we only have beans and bread. We weren't expecting guests.
All good, dude. No worries. They were just staring at us, out of pure curiosity, it seemed. They launched into the classic questions that most of the Taliban had asked us during our trip.
Do you like Afghanistan? Do you feel welcome here? What do Americans think of the Taliban?
What do you think of the Taliban? I answered all these questions agreeably to try to get out of there as soon as I could. Even though they were being nice, forcing someone to hang out isn't nice. Plus, all the guns were freaking me out. They were enamored by all of my answers. Even just hearing me talk excited them. We were getting ready to leave, but we weren't quite done yet.
Wait! The commander would love to meet you guys.
This is code for you have no choice but to meet the commander. The station was about 30 minutes in the other direction. This was annoying and scary. We just didn't know what to think. But the guide was acting normal, so I figured it's okay. When we got out of the car, one of the Taliban henchmen patted us down in the driveway. He wasn't so friendly. They brought us into the main room. There were a ton of guns in the room. The commander was fairly friendly, but seemed pretty intimidating. His deputy was super nice and spoke perfect English.
Hello there, how are you?
He had such a kind smile and was so friendly. I couldn't help but wonder how a guy like this ended up in the Taliban. It was striking how friendly some of them were versus how unfriendly, for example, the guy searching us in the parking lot was. It almost felt like it was intentional. We drank tea and laughed. Our guide was showing the commander videos of my stand-up on YouTube. He pretended to understand what the video was and pretended to be impressed. Even though it was all fun and games, there was tension under the surface. They were kind of toying with us, hanging on to us to amuse themselves because they could. They asked us some version of all the same questions, mixed with some bragging.
The country is secure. We welcome tourists. You have nothing to worry about. Take my number in case you have any problems. And when you drive back this way, you must come over for lunch.
Of course, we'll be there. I was really hoping we could get out of that lunch.
Now we will search you.
I was thinking, what happened to being friends? Were we guests or were we arrested? Maybe both? They stood over me and watched as I took every item out of my bag and explained what it was. Every item. This is a sock, a microphone for a camera, a granola bar, iPad. The iPad had a fat envelope of cash in it, but they didn't ask me to open the case. My guess is that they had actually never seen an iPad before. Either way, potential crisis averted. I actually had 4 envelopes of cash scattered throughout my things for a situation like this. 2 in my suitcase and 2 in my backpack that were still in the car. They found nothing concerning, and now we were just standing in the driveway again. It seemed odd that we were just standing here prolonging the conversation, until it made sense. More searching.
A backpack.
But now we're standing in the dark, and somehow that has intensified the vibe quite a bit. Toothbrush, lighter, Tums, smoothies, the good stuff. I couldn't help myself. The commander looked interested in the Tums. I motioned that they were for indigestion.
Can I have one?
Sure. Did I just give the Taliban commander Tums?
Very good.
Meanwhile, it seemed they had found something suspicious peeking out of my luggage.
What's this?
Oh no, the cash.
Well, well, well.
You need to carry a lot of cash in Afghanistan, and they prefer hundreds. They uncovered around $5,000 for my stuff.
Very nice. Hey, film me counting it. I don't want anyone to think I took anything from him. 4,900, 5,000. There you go. Okay, you can go. Have a safe trip, and we will see you for lunch tomorrow.
Wow, that was way too easy. The deputy came over to the guide and whispered something in his ear. Giulio? I noticed the deputy was looking at the ground and wouldn't make eye contact with me. I was officially pretty freaked out. What? He wants money. Okay, phew, at least they're not gonna, hurt me, but they're gonna take all of my money? A big chunk of this money was supposed to go to charity, to help underprivileged kids. How much? 100. 100? Are you serious? Oh, dude, what? 100? Yes, absolutely yes. I ran to the backpack, grabbed the $100, and I went to give it to the commander.
No, give it to him.
That's weird, but okay. The commander's eyes got bright with excitement. He shook my hand with both hands, in a way where it was obvious that we both knew I had no choice but to give him the money.
Thank you, my friend.
As we were getting in the car to leave, we noticed that the guy who came with us originally was looking at the ground now too. It was like they were embarrassed or something. We got in the car and we drove away. We left early on the way back and they weren't there. I never saw them again. That was it for me. I never wanted to see or speak to the Taliban again for the rest of my life. This was the spark I needed to cancel the rest of our itinerary and focus solely on the plan to start our very own school in an area that needed it. We would travel to meet some prospective teachers and community leaders to discuss how it was all going to work. But while we were here, we figured we might as well enjoy some of the sights. Not being shy. We bought these new clothes and they didn't have the belt in them already.
Yeah.
So then I just opened it up and I was like, oh, fuck. Whatever.
I will teach you how to tie it.
Okay. Oh, wow.
This is the belt, and we use the pen to enter it to the... We enter it like this, and then the other side.
They're really like loose fitting and in a way that's quite trendy. Like I can see some of my favorite music artists wearing similar pants.
We do it like this, then,
Wow.
and then like this.
Oh my
Now
God.
finish. Yes.
And then
tie it again.
Wow.
Finish.
Unreal. Life in the countryside. Like some of these people, like we met a guy on the side of the road. He appears to have his own like functioning ecosystem where like they have animals, they use them for food, and obviously I'm sure they need money too, but it feels like that like super traditional way of living. And a lot of people live like that here. Like they didn't even have electricity. Like they were using oil lamps in the year 2000. And I think we read a statistic that in 2008, only 28% of people in the country had access to electricity. And they've really been interesting about like innovating. Charge their phones.
Most of them have solar panel.
Like we see solar panels everywhere. A lot of people use hydropower. There's different ways, and now most people at least have access to electricity now. But to give you an idea of how traditionally people are used to living, in this generation, people didn't have very basic things like electricity. So in general, it's a very traditional society here. People go to bed early, they wake up super early. This morning at 5 o'clock? Is that what time you always wake up?
Yeah.
Many people live in extremely old-fashioned setups, like caves, mud huts, and very old-looking dwellings. There were times where I thought something was some kind of like historical monument or something significant, and it just turned out it was somebody's house. What is that?
It is very old.
While we saw a ton of mud huts and caves, there was also the occasional Sikh house, likely owned by someone in the Taliban now. I asked what a Sikh house was like, so they took me to one. This is a house that they rent out for events. They told me that you can rent a 7-bedroom house in the nicest part of town for $600 a month. I couldn't help but compare to New York City. From here, I'm not even kidding, your entire house to here, it would be 6,000 US a month.
6,000.
a month for that. For that. One bedroom, one bathroom. It looks like Dan Bilzerian's house. Dude, great call. And there's this guy training, Rahmed, who is gonna be a star tour guide if he sticks with it. He used to live in Turkey, used to sell like handbags at the bazaar. Got deported recently, so he's back here now, trying to become a tour guide. He's pretty funny, knows all about Western culture, Instagram and stuff. We were talking about Dan Bilzerian. I thought that was pretty funny.
Justin Bieber is the guy like who has a house like this plus.
Yeah, he probably does.
In Los Angeles, I think. Yeah.
And you said somebody else too.
Just Dan Bilzerian. He's the guy. He's the biggest guy in the American like.
He's like the biggest.
Yeah. Also, he's the like playboy.
He's a playboy. He's a playboy.
He had 2 heart attacks, but still alive. I don't know. He's women or what.
He has a bunch of guns and stuff.
Yeah. He likes guns also and girls also. Most of them.
How do you know about this
Instagram. I followed him like many times.
Dan Bilzerian. It's a good follow.
He's also like popular in maybe in Afghanistan.
Really,
also,
Dan Bilzerian? I can get used to all of my situations where I'm going to eat a meal being like this. Because you ever sit in a meal and you're like, oh, I just want to lie down. What if you could do both at the same goddamn time? Claiming this corner right here, baby.
You look good with the vest.
There's been some calm moments that have been wonderful.
زبان ازیاد تغییر کرد. قدیم بود آمریکایی خوب انگلیسی.
This is the most chill thing I've ever done. Sitting on the floor on this soft green tarp. I am very comfortable. You could just take a nap here if you want?
Yeah, maybe after lunch or maybe, yeah.
Dude.
Because Afghan foods are very heavy, you know. When you eat it, you get some sleep.
Spectacular.
You know what? Some of restaurants, they put hash on the food.
Oh, really? A long lunch. I wish that my hips were slightly more open so that I could sit the proper way. What kind of meat?
Sometimes it is lamb.
Cool.
Fresh meat, not like USA. That's why we are not getting fat. You know, you will not see many fat people.
Every single person was able to get through this.
Be careful.
And I'm not going to be able to because I'm too fat.
Come out, please, because you.
You really gotta wriggle.
You think I can do it? I don't think I can do it, too.
And cross too.
Adding insult to injury here.
They cross 3 times. This is the way of praying.
My phone just isn't working right now, and Hillary, I mean, she's probably asleep because of the time difference, but like, she's probably like worried about me, and yet, if only she knew this is what I was doing, just sitting here. It's just so soft. It's just, could fall asleep, baby. The only time we really ever saw people wearing normal clothes were little kids or people at work, like this. And things here are extremely cheap. It's like 10 cents for a bottle of water. 4 giant dishes for everybody, drinks for everybody, waters for everybody, $8 total at like a nice restaurant. That's bonkers. Yeah, you just hit it. This is up. Sure. Side pound activated. Phenomenal. I like can't cross my legs properly, so I have to sit like an idiot. And everybody thinks I'm an idiot. I'm like lifting the plate to eat. Everyone's like, oh, Giulio. I wasn't the only one trying things for the first time. Trying his first granola bar.
This is my first.
Is that right?
Yeah, it tastes good.
Not bad, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get Cliff Bar sponsorship. So one thing I've noticed is that there's no chain restaurants, pharmacies. It's no. Do you understand what I mean? Like there's no Burger King.
Yeah.
No.
McDonald's.
No.
Nothing.
No way.
No.
That's very unique. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
No. In Afghanistan, there is no McDonald's.
Pretty cool. Even though there was no McDonald's, there was inevitably still some Western influence.
You don't know my sister. You gotta talk to Joey. He's falling in love with her.
I like energy drinks here. It looks like The Chicago Red Bulls. I believe that is the collab that's happening right here. Love to see it. It's a good hat.
Do you want that small one?
Yeah, sure.
Afghan Yeezys. Yeezy.
I think we may be the first people to document Afghan Yeezys. Hard, bro. It's hard. So does anybody like drink alcohol here?
No.
No one in the whole country?
No.
Yeah,
it is haram.
I'm not saying I want to. I'm just saying I always wonder because sometimes you're not supposed to, but people do.
Yeah.
But here, nobody.
Maybe someone drink it quietly.
Quiet, like a.
Yeah. No one should.
You get in trouble?
Yeah.
Yeah? You in big trouble? So, and if you ask, people would think you're crazy?
Yes.
Fun fact, Afghanistan is the most Muslim country on the planet as far as percentage of the population goes. 99.7%. They're all very devoutly religious, regardless of their thoughts on the Taliban or not. They are very religious people here. Everybody is very, very Muslim.
Yeah.
So everybody abides by all those rules and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Even without the Taliban.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing I think people don't understand. And I know maybe the Taliban are a little more extreme,
Yeah.
but everybody lives like that anyway. You're not allowed to have a girlfriend. Your marriages are arranged. It is like a blast from the past. In some ways it's really sweet and nice, and in other ways it's concerning. If things are separate, like women here, men here, like how do a man and woman meet each other and get married?
Actually, they don't meet each other in most cases.
So
For example,
it's like arranged?
Yeah.
Wow. We've learned a lot of stuff that we didn't know about, like the arranged marriage situation and how that works, and how like that's the only way it works, it seems like.
For example, my father doesn't call me and say to let's go and visit the girl because I want her for you.
Yeah.
They just speak, my father speaks to the girl's father, and then when they agree about our marriage, they just say, okay, my son will get married with your daughter, and finish.
Are they like, oh, well, my son is very outgoing and this girl is outgoing? Like, do they try to think of people that would be a good match?
If my father likes the family of the girl, then everything is finished. My parents think that because that family is a really good family, so their daughter is fair for me. Then they speak to each other and agree. Then they just say and come and say, congratulations, my son, I got a girl for you.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this? What if the family is a bad family, but the girl is very beautiful? Does that still make her like a good candidate? Or if the family's bad, that's it?
No.
Got it.
They just want to find a good family. The girl, if she is beautiful or not, it doesn't matter. The family should be good, like a good Muslim, like they should be very kind and they should have lots of relatives and maybe sometimes money is...
That guy at volleyball the other day was asking me if I was married, and I said I had a girlfriend, and he thought that was hilarious.
Yes.
Nobody has girlfriends here?
No, no one has. Girlfriend and boyfriends are not allowed here.
Illegal?
Yes, it is illegal.
If they catch you, you get in trouble?
Yes.
So let me ask you this, if you had a girlfriend, I know you have a wife, I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you had a girlfriend, and I was your next door neighbor,
Yeah.
and I saw you with a girlfriend, would I call and tell on you?
Yeah.
Always? Or sometimes I'd be like, or maybe I'd say, hey, listen, I know you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell on you if you don't give her up. Or is it, that's it, you're now an infidel?
You will call my father.
Wow.
I'll say your son has a girlfriend.
Oh my, and what does your father do?
He will be very serious and angry at me because he will say that if you want a girl, you should get married with her.
And then your father will find you a girl.
Yes.
From a good family.
Yeah.
Set you up.
Yeah.
And then what if you said, I don't like her?
In most of cases, when my father says you should get married with the girl, I don't have any right to say no.
Right.
I should get married with her.
So that's it. And you get married her and...
Yeah.
So if you don't like her though, then you can get another wife.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yes.
But then for your first wife, it kind of sucks, but you don't like your first wife anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no.
I guess that makes sort of makes sense. I support multiple marriages in that scenario only.
What do you think about multiple marriages?
You know, I don't think it's frowned upon. I think my girlfriend, it's amazing that my girlfriend has more rights than people's wives do
here, which is interesting.
Yeah, you're
She
right.
would never allow that. If I even said it to her, we're done. I would like to have another, imagine, I would like to have another girlfriend. She'd be like, she would laugh because she'd think I was kidding.
The Taliban encouraged the people to get married twice or 3 times or 4 times.
But you said you have to have more than one house.
Yeah.
Because the wives will not get along.
Yes, because our family are really big and families are having like 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 children. It is impossible to live in one house all the day.
So if your parents come to live with you when they're old, which house would they live in? The first wife?
Yes, probably, because most of cases the first wife is selected by the elders of the family, like my father and my mother. So my parents may like my first wife.
Got it. The second wife you can pick?
Yeah.
Wow, that is a big curveball.
Yeah.
That's a big curveball. Well, yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm sorry if this is too personal, but you only have one wife.
Yes.
Do you plan to get another one?
No.
You know, she'll...
Yes.
Smart guy, smart guy.
It is just because I studied a lot and I know everyone should be happy at the family. My wife should be happy till the rest of her life, and I should be happy too. I shouldn't have lots of problem with having lots of wives and children, especially in a place like Afghanistan that we don't have much money, we don't have freedom, we can't travel anywhere, our children cannot go to school. We should have less children and one wife till we have a happy life.
This guy should run for president, dude. Smart guy, smart guy. We were heading back to figure out our plan for the school. Spirits were high. I was showing Mohammed John some of my favorite Bad Bunny songs.
Do you like this song?
I like this song a lot, yeah. Me la quieres soltar. Thank you.
It's a good song.
He's good, right? Crazy, but yeah, that's what I like. Since you asked. So we're going to meet teachers today?
Yes.
We would feel bad coming here and seeing it be difficult and not helping, so we're trying to help a little bit. We are trying to get a variety of male and female teachers to teach boys and girls.
Yes.
So women are allowed to be teachers here?
Yes.
We're learning that, like, you know, women can't work as much or whatever, but there are still things that they are allowed to do.
Yeah.
You said teachers?
Doctors and as a police for checking the females on the checkpoints and somewhere else like the airport.
So a woman will check the women?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said right now it's like 70 students we're going to be able to get in school? Good.
Yeah.
And you said some from other villages?
If the other students get information about our course, they will come from other villages. They can come and study in our course.
Excellent. After a 5-hour drive, we were finally arriving at the village. This is it. This was the big day. We were going to get together with some teachers and some of the community leaders to hash out a plan to start and sustain our very own school.
His name is Mohammed Ajan too.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Good to meet you.
تو محمد Ajan. نامش جولیو است از نیویورک و نامش زک است از نیویورک. هر دو انجولاست از دوستای ماست.
Nice to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming to our village and seeing us.
Of course. This is the beginning of our faculty, the squad. Picking up people on the way. We're going to assemble a little faculty, 5 teachers, mixed women and men, as well as the students will be mixed, girls and boys. We've been told that that's okay. We think that's important and nice. Oh yeah, we saw him at the bazaar, yeah? It's a party. Yeah, let's do it, let's do it. What's growing on the trees? Is there apples? One of Afghanistan's delicacies is apples, among other things. Daoud would love it here, dude. Bashakor.
Can you talk Persian?
No, that's all I can say. Beautiful day. I'm Giulio. I'm from New York. My last name is Gallarotti, if you pronounce it with an American pronunciation.
First, we introduced ourselves.
جولیو است از نیویورک و کمدی کار میکنه در شهرهای خودشان مثل جلال.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
And everyone is welcoming you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is very special.
در ولایات ایرا ما را گفت چی کار کنیم؟ باز ما گفتم میوازی که ما برنج و روغن و چیزای خوراکی بخریم در 100 فامیل توزیع کنیم باز هم یک ما بعد بازم در خانهشون هیچ چیز نباشه. گفتیم بیا که از کنیم یک دوره آموزشی 4 ماهه یک کورس اینجا جور کنیم تا که کلگی شاگردا بیا اینجا درس بخونن. باز یا پیسه شخصیشون اصلا پلان ما بود که باید بریم کابل 2 روز اینجا باشیم و همین تو بریم یا 5 نفر و از این 5 نفر 1 یا 2 باید زن باشن بخاطر که بعضی دخترها که کلان است و بعد راحت خودش راحت احساس کنه در صنف و درس بده باید.
این موضوعات از اینکه چه قسمی منیج شود و مدیریت شود
استادا که کی در کدام لیول باشه که باید برش چی تدریس یا چی گرفته میتونه
ظرفیت این اطفال این منطقه را بالا
Anybody who is considered, we would prefer that they either have already been a teacher or are studying to be a teacher. Like I know that you know, people are looking for work and stuff, but we definitely prefer like real teachers.
Yes, you're right.
چون کنسل اولادش باشه یعنی وقتی کشمات مسازی میکنه باید اما معلوم صاحبا خود دوسازی میکنه پدر مادرش هم باید دوسازی بکنه
وقتی یوم باید سهم بگیره صحیح تا که سری پدر و مادر و سری والدین اشتکا اصلا کدام فشار کدام دلیل نباشه داشتم بگه والا ما پیسه 100 روپیه نداشتیم که اشتگی ما برات قلم کاغذ بخره.
So encouraging the parents to make it a high priority.
Yes. So he is the English teacher.
Excellent.
He is the math teacher.
You're a math guy? No?
So he will be like a principal for all.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
If you can help guide like the curriculum, make sure all the parents are involved and committed and see how important it is.
همینجا کورس واز فعال استاد است و هیچ کس هم علاقه‌مندی نداشته باشه یا غیر حاضری فقط مکتب وری
زمینه رینا مساعد میکنه بخش مالیش یک ایده‌اش یاد خلق کردن لیکن مردم ما نیاز داره به می این ما خود ما بسیار معتادانه و دقیق پیش بریم که ما به خود خدمت میکنیم.
سرنوشتی اطفال قریه سرنوشتی مثلا نمیشه یک تیم اصلی این مثل یک زنجیر میمونه یک حلقه ازی که اسکلت کل ازی از هم میپاشه دیگه.
We're very excited. Nice to meet you guys. And this is great, right?
ما از اینا تشکر میکنیم که همین برنامه رو برگزار کردن یک احساس نیکشان احساسی انسانیشان قدر میکنیم. ایگه هم برش بگو که یک تعداد زیادی خارجی هست میان از پولدارای داخل افغانستان هستن اما این احساس درشان نیست که مردم چه رقم همکاری کنن. ما شما تشکری میکنیم که این احساس نیکتان که شما درک کردین که یک مقدار پولی که به خاطر سفری خودتان دارین این تخصیص دادن برای اطفالی که سواد بیاموزن. از شما رو تشکری میکنیم.
Thank you. No, I'm not an expert on this. I wish I was. It would be more helpful if I was an expert. I'm just not, but I think it's a nice idea. I think our hearts are in the right place. We want to help and make things good for the next generation and you know, we can only do a little, but a little can impact a lot. So, yeah, it's his idea too. Yeah, but yeah, thank you guys, thank you all. Very nice. Yeah, very exciting. Great.
Cool. Thank you, Giulio. Das? Yeah, Mark J. He is inviting you for the lunch.
Oh, it's very nice. Yeah, we would go.
You want to stay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Before lunch, they wanted to present me with an honorary cloak of sorts to thank us for helping.
Because of your help, and everyone is thanking you for.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It had been a special day thus far, but it was easy to talk. Now we had to make sure we executed the plan. We found out after this combo that we would actually be able to use one of the old school buildings nearby for free, which was awesome.
It is Chapan. It is for Afghan elders and leaders and the religion leaders.
Thank you. This is an honor. I appreciate it.
We also needed to get them some heaters so the kids could keep going to school during the cold, and some supplies. And we were counting on them to follow through with their promises to teach and to delegate as we had planned in the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We had 2 more meals planned with the group that day. We kept discussing the school and also just joking around, hanging with the boys. It was kind of like an old school gathering of the minds. The food was kind of similar to the cream of wheat that my mom used to make me when I was a kid.
I think this was more of a rice thing than a wheat thing, I'm not really sure. But it had the signature big pool of melted butter in the middle.
Don't speak when you're facing the Taliban, yeah?
Don't speak? Oh yeah, because they see it, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We've been trying.
You look like Kandahar people.
I do.
Journey from New York here in Afghanistan. Did you thought that how will be Afghanistan there will be dangerous for us? Or?
Yeah, people think it's dangerous. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but like I'm wrecked from this trip. It's very physically demanding, emotionally demanding. Even though it's been so amazing and special, I would say that if you don't have a ton of experience with like foreign militaries and checkpoints, it's maybe not the trip for you yet. And while the Taliban do always end up being nice, they are soldiers and they behave like soldiers. Every encounter with them starts off hostile and it's unclear how that's gonna go. And the unpredictability of it is a little bit unsettling.
How do you find Taliban in Afghanistan?
You know, first they're like, and then they find out you're American, they go, oh, then they wanna be your friend. And now they're like, come over. And you're like, well, I don't want to, but I have to say yes. So now I'm hanging out with these guys for 3 hours, you know, which is not, it's like a little scary because they have guns everywhere and they're like, oh, my friend, the delegation of men. Later that night, we had one final meal together. Super chill. Khuluhi, round 2. But it's potatoes this time, which is sick, dude. I got like one bite of a potato on the last time around. I think they just happened to be in the pit. And I was like, man, I wish there were more of those. And lo and behold, here we are, running it back. We've now done, we had a breakfast delegation, a lunch, and now a dinner, all of the whole same squad. It's pretty dope. For my final Khuluhi experience, I wanted to get slightly more involved. Oh, let's do this. Am I waiting for this? Am I doing a good job or no? Am I fucking it up? I'm going too hard? Oh, see, he's doing it. Pretty good khuluhiing. This is the best part, dude. Digging up the treasure, brother. I heard one of the guys mention New Jersey, which turned into a whole convo.
New York and New Jersey نزدیک است با هم یعنی.
Yeah, they were right next to each other. Yeah.
Near.
Yeah.
My cousin is also in New Jersey.
Where in New Jersey?
I don't know which town.
Well, if you find out and you want me to bring him anything, I can surprise him.
Yes. What can you take with you?
I don't know. Something small. It's food. And is it in a package?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, no problem. As long as it's like in a package that's like that like came in a pack. You know what I mean? Yeah. If like you put it in a package, they won't let me bring it back. If it's already in a package, like you buy it in a store, I can bring it. If it's like something that you have to put in a thing, I won't be able to bring it.
نه در پاکت مندازیم تو میدانی کارت.
What is it?
It's no problem.
Okay. The package had finally arrived. I don't think my message about the pre-packaging made it through the translation.
Thank you. They might not. Great. What is it? Oh, it's a snack. You eat it?
It is made of the buttermilk.
Oh, good.
It dried.
Thank you. What are your hopes for the future of Afghanistan?
A very hard question. I think soon we will not see changes.
Not right away?
No. Maybe it needs 50 years. Because we should change the children till we see changes for the future.
In the short term, for you and your family, what are you hoping for?
I just hope, I just want them to be well and to have opportunity to study and be happy.
Yeah. The Afghan people, an incredible bunch. So diverse, so warm, so welcoming, so innocent. They're just the sweetest people. And I can only hope that things will improve for them. Hopefully the Taliban can become more moderate, or whoever ends up being in charge someday, because the people here deserve stability and a chance to improve their lives. Time will tell how it goes. I hope for the people that it remains peaceful. This has been a very violent country for many, many years. There's still suicide attacks all the time. It is by far the country with the most suicide attacks in the world. If people don't have to live in fear, that's a good step in the right direction. Hopefully life will get better and better here for people. Hopeful for some of the things that we've done while we've been here too. And yeah, we'll see how it all turns out.
Thank you, Mr. Giulio.
Thank you for helping us. We are grateful
For supporting us. We will improve in Afghanistan.
These are the students of English class, math class, and literacy class. Again, clap for Mr. Giulio.
تاریخ زندگی ساده ولی بسیار پرمشقتی.
Thank you, Giulio.
We are happy.
We are happy.
Thank you, Mr. Giulio.
In the name of Allah. Number 1, who is she?
She is my grandmother. Number 2, who is she?
She is my baby sister.